invited.
So we just invited him for the 19 because he's supposed to be the supplier.
I moved that yeah. So we have down 2 warrants of arrest and now subpoena at testificandum to Shile Chow, Chinese national, with rest.
So, para ako kasi mamaya, I'll just make a short presentation and then I'll give these two guys full para hindi ako bigyan. At di ka ba sa resource persons? Okay?
Yes, sir. I may continue. We also have OIC Yusef Patila Napao of the Department of Finance. We have from the DTI, engineer.
Here to stand up and say present.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you.
From the DTI, we have engineer J. Ilestas and engineer Yvonne Figueroa. From the BIR, we have Miss Maria Rosario Puno. Present. Also from the BIR, Attorney Edgar Alan Reyes. From the Bureau of Customs, we have ASCOM Attorney Vincent Philip Maravilla. From DOC, we also have Attorney Tristan Armando Yangkay. From BOC, we also have Mr. Paul Oliver. Also, Attorney
Thank you. The chair would like to take this privilege first and
First,
just
Mr. Chairman, since they have been recognized, can this COMSEC give the oath to those new resource persons present? Can you please stand up? Those who have not yet taken their oath, for those who have taken them last time, it is a cleaning oath.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
thank you. Para naman yung Fian and so the public and of course we'll have an understanding of what are we talking about here. I just prepared a short presentation and just to guide us of how important this hearing will be. Okay, in full. These are really the policy implication of illicit trade in electronic cigarettes. Next. Pag tinignan mo to, according to the US HHS, pag ang sigarilyo ay lampas sa 7 piso, lilipat ang mga consumers sa vape. So this is already a study. Next, the substitution effects are having an impact on tobacco excise tax collections. That's why this is very important. And from 176, we expect 2023 to fall again. So ilang fall na yan? We are seeing at least 92 billion in fall cumulative in our excise tax. And part of that, I think 1/3 of that is due to the substitution of vape. While difficult to estimate e-cigarette market due to widespread informality, online trends show substitution taking effect. Next. Pag tinignan nyo yung industry size, so just using the free base rates, industry size for the tobacco excise tax. So, ang nawawala this year will be 13.44 billion dahil po nandiyan ang vape at hindi nag-umpisa. Next. Vapes appear to offer more value for money. Can you say that? In terms of puffs. Ang cigarette, so in short, kitang-kita dito, yung price per puff ng cigarette, 125, pero 300 puffs. So, the nicotine delivered is 24, so e-cigarette delivers 100 puffs. So, the nicotine delivered is 24, so e-cigarette delivers more or twice more than ordinary cigarettes. More or twice more than ordinary cigarettes. Yes, with 10,000 pounds. So now let's just go to the key issues in the case of Lava. One, vape sale is not particularly classified under PC. So if Ang laki na ng industry ito, meron kaming industry report which says that by 2027, vapes will be 1/2 of the size of the traditional cigarettes. So in short, dapat nasa physic na to. Oy, Gaki, sabihan mo PSA na dapat may sariling physic. If you look at the registration, there is no physic number. Para mas pati ang customs will be guided. Next. Okay. Next is that the brands found in the warehouse were all registered with the BIR RMC 93-2023 with Flava Corporation registering as a manufacturer. BIR, ma'am, di ba pag manufacturer dapat automatic may ROOP?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit wala dito?
Revenue Officer.
Yes.
Aside Revenue Officer.
Pero, sino? Patayin mo nga. So, pwede pa ipakulong namin yan? Kasi obviously, wala namang manufacturing happening when they went to the factory. I went to the warehouse of Yanto. Matik yan. Pag manufacturer at excise-able product, there should be an ROOP. Wala. Ano pangalan?
Your Honor, because we have limited personnel.
So, wala. Okay na lang, sabihin mo na wala kaysa may makulong. Ano gusto mo? Ano? Wala. Mas na pala. Kayong dalawa lang ipapakulong. Next. Flava Corporation is not registered as an importer. Next. How did the BOC conclude that Flava branded inventory was not manufactured domestically and is possibly smuggled? October 24, the IPO, IPRD. October 26, my birthday, LOA was issued by BOC Commissioner. October 27, LOA was served. BOC found 14,000 boxes. And November 6, Dilak Tabayan presents document but no proof of importation. BOC finds that the address presented incapable of manufacturing seized goods. So in other words, ito sana hindi mangyayari kung may ROOP. Tama po ba? Next. Ito lang yung mga issues, nicotine salt versus freebase. Well, no specific definition exists in relevant rules and regulations, but has already moved as a committee rule. The National Library of Medicine in the U.S. differentiates the two as salt, benzoic acid added, and freebase, no benzoic added. So we have adopted that already. Salt nic is taxed at 52, while freebase is taxed at 60 per 10 ml. So the presence of benzoic acid suppose makes high concentration nicotine have a smoother sensation. The tax code, however, provides that nicotine salt shall be regardless of nicotine content, including nicotine-free liquids or any similar products. Okay. Top King Logistic, which supposedly built Flava, is also an importer, not a manufacturer. So Top King purports to specialize in importing from China. Next. In other words, if the seized goods marked Flava were manufactured domestically, payment of appropriate excise tax to be should be proven. In other words, there should be an authority to release imported goods. So if the goods were reported, release documents of proof of payment of duties should be produced. The seized inventory indicates that it was manufactured by Flava Corporation. Flava Corporation representative submitted an affidavit to this committee that it was Shenzhen Mawanda Technology in China which manufactured and supplied products, and that was supposed to be produced locally by Denka Trading. And regardless of whom the Chinese company sold the products, the label that the inventory was manufactured by Flava Corporation is false. Next. Flava submitted documentation to the BOC on the seized inventory indicating that it claims the stocks to be owned by them. Flava claims, however, that the stocks were locally purchased from Denka and that the Chinese suppliers supplied the products to Denka. In Flava's version events, Denka is responsible for paying excise taxes and imported. So what should be the true, regardless of whose version is correct? One, the stock was definitely imported. There's no doubt. The only question is who imported them and how they're being imported. Two, Flava is not a manufacturer or the brand suppliers, contrary to what's stated to the BIR, but merely purchased them from another or imports them. Three, in purchasing from a local supplier, Flava should at least have paid part of that item's purchase, which is also absent from the action of the customs. Binigyan lang nila yung excise. The products were mislabeled as manufactured by Flava, and it is one partner, whether the Chinese supplier or local supplier is responsible for this false labeling. Chinese suppliers supposedly accomplice an affidavit should already provide the invoice and other documentation from which the company can know who is the importer, the broker is responsible for the goods, which parts were used. I seriously don't. There's a debate whether it's Batangas or from Manila. My gut feeling tells me it's Batangas. The declared value of the goods. So policy recommendation, and this is where I differentiate and stop. One, P6 should classify manufacture and sale of electronic cigarette as a separate industry class. Now, your assignment. The BRR should faithfully implement the ROP rule for electronic cigarette manufacturers. You don't just give a license without an ROP on premise. You do that for everyone, liquor, etc. This is RR 14-022 specifically says that there shall be deployed assigned on a day-to-day basis revenue officers on premise. And this RR is really pertains to e-cigarettes. This is not just very specifically to vaporized nicotine, non-nicotine products. Number 3, contradiction via system of registration of e-cigarette companies should be resolved. Flava was given a BIR certificate as a retailer, but was also listed as a manufacturer. It's noted that the listed address of the company appears incapable of handling manufacturing products. This one, and I would say, one side is ng customs case. I read through it, this is 87 page, and I think there, except for a few. It was a very good report. In addition, the declared capitalization of the corporation of 1 million, of which 312,500 has been subscribed and paid up, should render it incapable of manufacture. Distinction between manufacturers, importers, wholesalers, and retailers is crucial because it should determine the extent of responsibility for ensuring excise tax payments. Number 5. Third-party liability should be established. RRs and RMCs issued in implementation of vape tax law and RR 11900, authored by Congressman Rufus, do not outline the following: responsibility of foreign suppliers to label their shipment as electronic cigarettes, responsibility of brokers, responsibility of logistic providers, and responsibility of selling platforms. At this point, DTI, can you please tell Lazada na is it proper to sell? Yung Shopee, tumigil sila lang, tinuloy-tuloy pa nila ang pagbibenta ng vape. Yung Shopee, upon the request of this committee, followed. There is no vape in Shopee, but in Lazada there is. So let me just repeat that request, DTI. Na Lazada should stop selling. Nilalagay ko lang 18, pati ako pwede mo nalagay ng, obviously I'm over 18. Last two. Definition of salt, nicotine, and freebase should be clearly set out. 11900, Section 18, Product Standard Requirements. The DTI, consultation with FDA, shall set technical standards for safety, consistency, quantity, succeeding section based on international standards. So may basis po yung motion ni Congressman Rufus based on international. That was what we approved. So we have now basis to say na ang customs should use. So in other words, gamitin niyo po yung definition. So the FDA submitted a letter to that it has stepped aside in favor of DTI. Kaya wala ko kayong karapatan. Kayo, sabi ng FDA, kayo daw ang gagawa because they said it has stepped aside in favor of DTI in the matter. However, it has not indicated that DTI has already consulted it with regard. Because sabi ng batas, you should consult FDA. Pero ngayon, nang magsusulat kayo. The definition are also not indicated in RA 11900. IRR. The Bureau of PPS supposedly used PNS, AF, NOR, XP, D90, DAS 300, DAS 1, 2019 to classify e-cigarette products under DAO 6 of 2022 DTI. But there was no distinction there. Last, excisable products should be declared from the port of departure. Importers should be given the responsibility of informing their foreign suppliers that the goods to be imported are excisable. A declaration of goods by the foreign supplier should be transmitted to the VOC and compared against the arrivals declaration should be a requirement for release. That is my presentation. And with the permission of the two luminaries, can I just ask the VOC if they want to expound on their report? Okay na sa'yo. May now call on ASCOM Jet Marinina to just summarize.
Your Honor, we basically everything that that was done by the Bureau of Customs is in the report. Additionally, we were requested to produce a certification whether DENCAT Trading is an accredited importer. We issued a certification when prior to that.
So they don't import.
DENCAT is not an accredited importer. They applied for a one-time importation way back in 2014, but that's it. But as to a regular importer status, Your Honor, DENCAT Trading is not a regular importer.
Okay. So now may I, usually this is reserved for the opposition. Nago, are you willing to yield to the legal or the author?
I yield, Mr. Chair, and I would also manifest to co-author the House resolution.
Thank you very much. So at this point, may I recognize Congressman Rufus for his interpretation.
Yeah, to add to the very clear presentation of what this is all about. Thank you, Chairman Joey. One thing is that, once again, we reiterate the DDI to issue a directive to Lazada to stop, to cease from selling. As of now, I have checked, Flaba, e-cigarettes are still on the market. And so in spite of all that is being done here, Lazada continues to sell online. We also urge the DTI to inform Shopee to continue its non-sale of online of the Flaba products. So that is our request to DTI, to support our chairman. Let us cease, let us not allow them to continue selling, especially because they are also selling to minors. All the minors will click is that they're over 18, but that is not. That should not be the case. So, since we are investigating this, and probably criminal cases will be filed later, we urge the DTI to make sure that there will be a pulling out of all of these ads in their online list. That's one. Mr. Chairman, to add also to your explanation of the status of this particular investigation, I would like to put on record, I have a copy here of the affidavit of Shi Li Chao. For the record, it says that Shi Li Chao is a Chinese national living in Shenzhen province. The address is here. He is the general manager of Shenzhen Maunda Technology Company Limited. And the company is the one engaged in the manufacturing of vapor products, particularly the Romeo brand of e-cigarette. Third paragraph. In the Philippines, here is very, very important, we supply our product through, here it is through DENCAT Trading. Dennis Rostata. Is Dennis Rostata here? Yeah, he will be asked later in the interpellation. As such, the goods are brought and paid for by your company, Mr. Rostata. That is the affidavit. So he's executing this to attest to the truth of the foregoing for whatever legal purpose. But before you will answer this, Mr. Chairman, the Notary Public has notarized this in the city of Manila. Mr. Li Chao is in China. So therefore, there is a question of this affidavit. The signature does not show that it's really a proper signature. It seems that this was just written. Mr. Chairman, I would like to mark as Exhibit A for the resolution Rodriguez, the signature of Lee Chow, and also Exhibit A-1, the signature of Attorney Henry Adasa. Because besides it's not here, because it's in China. How can there be an affidavit? But there is, the content is different from the signature. We're going to let them answer. For the marking, Mr. Chairman, Exhibit A, signature, Exhibit A1, the notarization. Now, Mr. Rostata, my first question is directly. Here is an affidavit. So there is some question of the authenticity, but we can go beyond that. There's an allegation. Do you know, Mr. Rostata, are you the importer of this Flava material, Flava e-cigarettes found in the Valenzuela warehouse? You're under oath, remind you.
I'm not here.
Or you are not the importer.
Yes.
Now, how did you bring in this particular case? So you are not the importers. So you are stating now that you have nothing to do. Dencat has nothing to do with all the Flava e-cigarettes that were found in the warehouse. You're under oath. Huh? You have nothing to do.
I'm not an importer.
You're not the importer. Now let me go, Mr. Chairman, now to Flava. Who is the representative of Flava Corporation? Please identify yourself again.
Lilak Tayaban po, Your Honor.
Alila is here. Ms. Tayaban is here. Yeah. Ms. Tayaban, are you the importer of these e-cigarettes found in the warehouse?
No po, Your Honor.
You are not the importer.
No po.
And it seems that you're in touch with the manufacturing company. You know them also. This is Mr. Shi Li Chao. You're in contact with them.
With ano po?
You're in contact with the manufacturer of this, Shenzhen Maunda Technology, Mr. Shi Li Chao. Do you know this person?
Yes po.
You know that. Are you having business dealings with this person and this company?
No po.
So no. So you are so what is the connection between Flava Corporation and Shenzhen Maunda Technology? You know him, but you're the ratio. What is that for? What is the what do you have with him? With them?
Bali, order po kami kay Mr. Rostata po. And then, dinadeliver po yung product sa amin, door to door po. So,
In other words, you therefore, Flava Corporations also orders the e-cigarettes from Dencat. Is that what you're saying?
yes po.
Okay. So while the manufacturing statement on the boxes says Flava Corporation, is it not Bureau of Customs that in these boxes there is the mark Flava Corporation?
Yes, Your Honor. There's marking to that effect. Your Honor.
So are you saying that those goods in the warehouse were already yours because you purchased them from Dencat? The ones in the warehouse, because your corporation is marked on the packages. Confer you with your lawyer. That's fine with us.
Yes po, Your Honor. Binili po namin from Mr. Dennis Rostata po.
Okay, so that is now clear. The customs, the Bureau of Customs discovered this vapes at the warehouse, marked Flava Corporation, but then you're saying that you purchased them from Dencat Corporation. Is that, can you affirm that?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Now, what can you say therefore to the statement of Mr. Rostata that they are not the importer of this particular vape cigarettes? What can you say about that? The fee is?
Wala po akong alam regarding sa importation. Sila po yung may contract.
So you're in fact saying that he's lying in this committee because he said that they are not the importer. Oh, answer please. Mr. Rostata lied.
Wala po akong alam regarding importation.
That's okay. So therefore you are denying that you are saying that you have nothing to do with importation. It's just that you bought that. Now, this is now the question. You are now therefore you are therefore claiming ownership on those. You are the owners now of those boxes and the contents of the vaporized products in these boxes. Correct? You are the owners.
Yes po.
Yan. Okay. So you are the owners. Now, Miss sabi pa nun, Madam Wetness. Okay. Now, okay, you're the owner. Then, do you have a certificate from the BIR that you pay taxes? Let's go first to the taxes on freebase. Because you are claiming na freebase siya, no? Hindi dito salt. Did you pay taxes there?
Yes po, we pay excise tax po.
Oh, on freebase, correct? Answer from the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Is it correct that they pay the taxes on those that were found in the warehouse? Yeah. The question is, did they pay? Did Flaba Corporation pay? We go first to the free base, meaning only 52 pesos per ml. For all those that were discovered there, because they, Mr. Dayaban, did not present proof of payment to the Bureau of Customs. Can you confirm they paid or they did not pay?
Your Honor, they are paying excise tax.
They paid. So they paid that for those that were confiscated there, right? They paid. Free base.
Those that they declared in the BIR, they are paying.
Yes, but may I see the Bureau of Customs? Did they submit, when you required to submit papers on payment of customs, payment of BIR excise tax, did they submit, Bureau of Customs, proof of payment of excise tax?
None, Your Honor.
None. In other words, there was none. There was no payment. And can you therefore present BIR the proof of a payment, whether the 1.4 million vapes, I think that is the number, 1.4 has been paid, because they may pay a little, they may pay a lot, and so can you not certify that they paid the 1.4 because they could not submit to the customs when they were required? That's why it is now under forfeiture. Are you sure that the 1.4 have been paid free base excise tax?
Your Honor, the data that I have right now is only the total, but not the breakdown of the different products.
How much was the total amount paid, and when? When were they paid, and what is the total amount that they have paid?
For the month of October, the total payment is 1.8.
1.8.
Yes. 1,800,000.
Wow. 1.8 million, Mr. Chairman. And did you, the RROP, no, the regional office on the premises, had you checked on this particular vapes at the warehouse? Upon payment of 1.8 billion only, and is this on this particular transaction, on this particular goods or some other goods? Do you know?
At this point, I have no idea with regards to the revenue officer on premise. But with regards to, this is based on the filed documents by Flava, based on the payment and the inspection fees they paid with the BIR for the month of October.
So just to be clear, 1.4 vaporized products. They only paid 1.8. If you talk about 52 pesos per ml, and apparently it's a really nicotine salt based, so there must be 10 ml per bottle, per vape. So how much would that be, Comsec? If you will now, let us now go into our computation now. 1.4 times 1.4 million times 10 ml times 52. Just the freebase mo now which we are claiming. How much will that be? 1.4 times 10 ml times 52. Yeah. $72, how much? 728 million. You see? Freebase pa lang yan. 728 million BIR. So are you sleeping on the job, especially your premises officer? Revenue? My goodness, 1 million when it should be at their declaration of freebase, 84 million. 84 million. So the government loses 83 million or 82 million based on that. So that's 1 point. Now, if it is nicotine, with nicotine salt base, then it will be 62 per milliliter and each vape has 10 milliliters. Correct? How much will be the value of the real tax if they properly declared it as nicotine base and not free base? How much? 1.4 times 62 times 10. Ayan, that is the total revenue that should have been paid as taxes, excise tax to the BIR. According, and I always agree with my compañero, the legal luminary Dante Marcoleta, incoming Senator of the Republic, 728 million. Okay, that is now therefore what we have lost. And that is why it explains why I authored this, because I am principal author of the vaporized law. You see? 728 million would have gone to our universal healthcare system. You see? To pay for our members of PhilHealth who should have no billing, no balance billing. So, subject now to criminal cases for that. Wala pang VAT. Yes, malaki na talaga with the VAT. And so, we temporarily cease our questions to the BIR and to Tayaban. So now, we go now to the import taxes. Ayun na naman. Okay. Now, Mr. Yostata, you then, Kat, you are denying that you have imported this, correct? Because you can change your mind and be honest. Because if there is perjury, we find out that you were the one who brought it here. We'll put you to jail.
We don't have the capacity to import.
First, state you are not. Are you the importer?
No,
No, you're not of these products. You're not the importer. Since you are not the importer, you did not actually import them. The ones that are found in the warehouse. Correct?
Correct.
And so, because of that, as a consequence, you have not paid any import tax on this. Customs duties.
We are not the importer, so
Yeah,
we don't
consistent.
pay anything.
Now, may I ask the Bureau of Customs? Now, whoever is the importer, how much would have been paid for these products in terms of customs duties? Your quantity that was found there. How much is the customs duties due to those products? You should have that, which were not paid.
Your Honor, in terms of duties only, Judy, sir, if they're not going to apply for preferential rate, Your Honor, it should be 1% of the dutiable value, which is about 7 million pesos, Your Honor.
We're talking here of not a free-base vaporized nicotine. It is salt-based. So there has to be a distinction, correct? You have to have a distinction.
Yes, Your Honor.
The BNR should have a distinction for such taxes. You must have also a distinction in the value, real value of these particular products for you to impose the proper customs duties.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if the value of that is 1.4, how much is your valuation of those particular e-cigarettes?
Your Honor, the examiner who assessed the items
Yes.
placed a dutiable value of 700 million pesos. Now, as a distinction, Your Honor, will await the yes, Your Honor, will await any evaluation coming from the
Yes,
Bureau of
but
Internal
what
Revenue.
the examiner has said is that they should have paid for this particular confiscation discovery. They should have paid 700 million in customs duties.
The dutiable value, Your Honor.
My value. So how
about-
much, if 700 million is the dutiable value, how much will be the customs duty?
At minimum, Your Honor, it's about 1% of that particular.
1%.
Yes,
Which
Your Honor.
is
That's minus
7
the.
million.
Yes, Your Honor. That's without excise tax, Your Honor. Just.
Yeah, just that one, because
Yes.
it's a separate one.
Yes,
So
Your Honor.
7 million.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, if it is nicotine based, if it is nicotine salt, then you will have another,
Should be higher.
should
Your
be
Honor.
higher.
Yes.
It will be at least be 10% higher.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it
that
will
would be
become
70.
ballpark 70 million.
Yes.
All right. So now we are going into this already. We have some figures now. 7 to 8 million that were not paid, minus 1.8, not paid first in 7 to 8 in the BIR, excess tax. And 70 million approximately, Mr. Chairman, not paid as customs. What other charges do you give? Do you impose aside from import duties?
Value-added tax, Your Honor.
How much is that?
12%.
12%
Of the dutiable.
of 70 million of dutiables. How much is that? Can you compute? 700 million worth.
Yes, sir. A little bit more, Your Honor, because we add to the dutiable. Yes, the dutiable value should factor in freight, insurance, and some other add-ons. So if we place it on about the dutiable value, estimated to be 12% of that, Your Honor.
Of
Which is
700
about-
million.
Yes, Your Honor. Which is
10
about,
millimeters. Can you
75
compute how
to
much is that to that? 84 million.
84.
84 million is value-added tax collected by the Bureau of Customs.
Yes.
So we're not talking here now of 70 million plus 84 million plus 728 million. Do you see how much is the large scale? Mr. Rostata and Mr. Tayabas. You see how we are the government is shortchanged by about more than 800 million. So those, Mr. Chairman, those are what we have now. I now yield to others to be able to interpolate our resource persons. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And I call on the other caller, Congressman Mark Valeta. Hindi na siya mag-question. You yield to oil.
Sabi ko mamaya na pero pinipilit mo ko.
Ay, hindi na.
I think, Mr. Chair,
Siya daw muna.
ikaw muna. O, sige.
Okay. Are you opposite minority? Okay, so with due respect to the minority, and but since you talk every day in the floor, so you're a majority.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Meron lang po akong clarificatory question with respect to our authors, of course, Pag Rufus. In the subject warehouse po, 1.4 million pieces po na e-cigarettes were reported found during the inspection. and it's worth 700 million at 500 pesos apiece, on top of the 728 million imposable excise taxes. It is very mind-boggling, nakakahilo po, that a single warehouse can contain a huge volume of e-cigarettes with an equally huge collectible excise tax of 728 million, and yet the BIR only collected 1.8 million or 7 million in excess taxes from vape products in 2021. 7 million po excise tax from vape, 2021 po. What do these disparities in numbers tell us? One is that there's a huge black market of vape products thriving out there untaxed. So the question is, what is our government doing about this? Do we have any surveillance and monitoring systems to capture this black market, and how effective are they? Because it is very important that the government contains this black market of vape products, not only because we are losing government revenues, but as the resolution noted, its existence poses a serious threat to public health, as the products may be substandard and may have used dangerous and approved ingredients. Mr. Chair, I want an honest answer about this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please direct your question to which?
Sino?
First, if it is manufactured here as claimed as in the registration of LAVA, BIR, I think that question is, then if it's imported, I think it will be customs. And if with respect to the harmful substances, I think it has to be, kasi FDA has shielded to BPS, then it's BPS. So custom, BIR first. Very complicated naman ang tanong.
We have an assigned, the revenue officer on premise is assigned on call.
Yes, finally. So are you willing to say who, sino yan?
No, I.
Bakit no? You're
Your
saying
Honor.
no to the committee that takes care of you?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm not handling the revenue officer on premise.
But you're in charge of sizable products in the LTPS.
Yes, but I'm assigned.
So you're not doing your job, you're not in charge, or what? Are you retired?
Your Honor, another division is handling the revenue officer on premise, which is the Excise LT Field Operations Division.
Ay, yung pumunta dito last time,
Yes.
asan siya?
Um,
So your answers are qualified answers as far as the committee is concerned.
with regards to the,
Yes, so you're not in a position to answer.
for the revenue officer on
Oh my
premise.
goodness. Pero sa ilalim mo yun, no?
No, it's, we're under the umbrella of the excise group.
So mali ba yung sinibita ka ba namin?
Your Honor.
Did we invite you? But is there any letter sent to you by this committee that you represent PIRE?
Formerly, the
Because the other
representative.
one was the proper person, which is really excise tax, LTPS. How come you are here? Are you misrepresenting BIR?
Ms. Ayat is from the LT Field Operations Division.
Sizable products also?
Yes, from the
Can
Field Operations
you ask her
Division.
to take your seat? Well, otherwise, we will disqualify all your statements. You're not in a position to testify to the questions. Ma'am, first question, who is the ROOP?
Sir, we're under the zone of the Valenzuela is already retired po as of October.
Conveniently. How about, is there an ROOP?
For the survey for the ROOPs po assigned are assigned po for the manufacturers for mostly of cigarette products.
So you did not assign because she's not a manufacturer? Is that what you're saying now?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, so you're essentially contradicting what Lava is saying. Their registration is manufacturer. So there's no ROP because they're not a manufacturer.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
So pero rehistro nila sa iyo, manufacturer ha?
Di ano lang po, as importer lang po yung meron namin. Because we're just monitoring and supervising. As to the registration
They're
po,
not registered with you as importer.
meron po silang, sir, permit issued by the Excise LT Regulatory Division.
But under your RMC, there are no brands registered for Flava. Under importing. Alam mo, tumatambling ka.
No, the division po concerned as to the registration of brands is under the...
I have your RMC and there's nothing here that says that Flava is importing. And therefore, there has to be an ROOP in their manufacturing.
Mr. Chair.
Can you tell me kung sino makakapagsalita para sa bagay na to sa BIR?
I think, sir, the division chief for the excise LT field operation who monitors and supervises for the establishments. Excise establishments.
Anyway, the answers, so I think we are not, you cannot accept your answers.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm only
Oo, hindi naman gusto. Parang nakit ang nanay eh, kaya ang bait-bait. So I accept your sorry, but I don't accept your answers. So anyway,
Mr. Chair.
yes, Maxine.
Mr. Chair, kayo po nabanggit niyo po earlier, nasa monitoring po kayo. Kung nasa monitoring po kayo, ano pong ginagawa ninyo sa surveillance ninyo at monitoring system na nasa black market natin na ang tax po from 728 million, 7 million lang 2021 pa po itong record na ito. So if you are, sorry po ha, with due respect, if you are not in authority po, bakit po kayo ang pinadala? Kasi po, we need kasi direct questions ay direct answer din po. Kasi po nagtatagal po tayo sa committee, medyo minamadali po natin dahil mag-holiday, we're still working. Ating Chair, we are still working because we have a mandate to finish everything bago po mag-holiday, ma'am. Ano pong sagot natin? Doon po sa surveillance and monitoring po. Na nagpa-flood po ang ating market na hindi po natin na-monitor. Kaya po yung binabayad po sa taxes na 7 million 2021 imbes na 728 million po, 2023 na po tayo, ma'am.
Your Honor, thank you for the observation, but I will look into it po.
Okay, so the person who's really should be responsible is the USEC for ROG. I think, Sir Napao, I think you should answer the question fully, comprehensively. The concerns of Congresswoman OFW.
Okay, good morning, Your Honors. I recall in one of our ExCom with the Secretary, together with the Commissioner of the BIR, the Commissioner requested or mentioned that they have a concern as to how they will trace the raw materials that are being imported. These raw materials are that will be used to manufacture the vape products. They're saying that these are usually manufactured in different parang houses only, Mr. Chair, and that they would want, the BIR would want to trace the whereabouts of this material on these vape raw materials.
So why don't you just issue that department memorandum circular that you should have at read for the components? I think it's very clear what is missing here. We are discussing the final products. Yan po ang nakuha dun sa warehouse. Pero sabi mo, wala kayong at read for the components, right?
Yes, Your Honor. So,
Di ba kaya yung that meeting to just issue that it is well within your mandate and powers, and it's your duty.
the issuance of the rules, Your Honor, will be done by the BIR. I just have to check with the BIR if this claim has been already issued. But they really intend to monitor and trace the whereabouts of all these raw materials for vape products, Your Honor, which they're saying that it's been manufactured in different places lang.
Alam mo ang meaning ng sinasabi mo? Mayroong benzoic acid tapos sinasaksak nila. Ganun lang naman kasimple manufacturing to. Pero sinasabi natin na yung benzoic acid at saka yung ang tawag natin, yung flavoring at saka yung yung vessel, what do you call it? The end. The delivery device, right? Wala kayong at read.
Mr. Chair, true enough, the BIR already issued that.
Or do you want us,
RMC.
just like Hong Kong, to ban altogether e-cigarettes? Although that will just have a black market.
Your Honor, the BIR has already issued the
So,
RMC.
nag-issue na
that I
pala.
mentioned.
So,
Yes,
there's-
Your Honor. It is RMC number 78/2023, which was issued sometime in July 2023.
Good. What does it say?
It requires
The manufacturers,
the importers, I think,
the
to
components.
secure and file a trade with the BIR prior to release of different raw materials, apparatus, mechanical contrivances, and equipment used to manufacture.
Manila, were you ever informed about that?
I'll have to check with the Office of the Commissioner, Your Honor, but the BIR just told me now that this was forwarded to the BOC. But then I'll have to check, Your Honor, and I'll get back to you before the meeting ends, Your Honor.
So in other words, you are now in cognizance that ito si Plava is a registered manufacturer but not a registered importer. But can she import the ingredients? Di ba BIR, di ba they should also, because in your, they're not an importer. Under your RMC, they're not there. RMC ano yun? RMC 93, series of 2023.
Based on the record of BIR, as of March 16, 2023, they are a manufacturer, a holder of a
Yes.
permit as manufacturer of vapor
Therefore, they
products.
should have an ROP.
Yes. And second, they secured also a permit as importer of vapor product.
So bakit wala sa listahan ninyo?
The product that they are registering are mostly as manufacturer. They manufacture the product. That's
Ang
why,
nakalagay, ma'am, no brands registered.
yes, as importer.
Ano ba yan? Accounting na ako sa inyo.
Based on their the labeling, the labels that they are registering, it's manufactured by Flava Corporation, but no under oath. They submit a sworn declaration for that.
Eh, ano sasagot mo
Declaration.
yung nakuha dun sa warehouse? Manufactured by Flava.
Opo. Even po dun sa kanilang mga produkto, kung titingnan niyo po yung produkto, it's manufactured by.
Magsino, ikaw na nga ulit.
Mr. Chair, anyway, I think the question
Sige lang.
earlier, we cannot have a very good answer. So now naman po, I'll just move on to my next clarification. Okay. All right. On the aspect naman po of recovering the lost government revenues from tax evasion, I would like to note that under Section 263 of the National Internal Revenue Code, if found liable for tax evasion, the excise tax due is imposed on an additional fine of not less than 10 times the amount of the excise tax due, but not more than 50 million. This means that a more aggressive campaign against taxpayers and their successful prosecution or settlement of their cases could really result to higher government revenues. With respect po to e-cigarettes and vape products, how many smugglers and tax evaders on these products have been apprehended and prosecuted, or those cases that have been settled from the time of the passage of the vape regulation law? How much revenues na po ang excise taxes at fines na nakolekta na po natin from these cases? Sino po ba ang pwede makakasagot nito? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Customs? This is the first, no?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor will come up with that data and submit to your honorable office. But initially, I can say that the Bureau of Customs have had several operations and apprehensions on e-cigarettes and vape products, especially those that are not registered and were misdeclared on various ports. And we're continuously guarding against these illicit products. In fact, part of our operations is the monitoring of warehouses outside custom zone and applying the visitorial powers of the commissioner to check if these warehouses do contain smuggled vape products. But on statistics and data,
Your
Your Honor,
visitorial powers include whether they are imported or not, right? Not just because they're smuggled.
Your Honor, the presumption, the intelligence that we act on for the letter of authority to be issued is based on the premise that these warehouses contain imported.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, Your Honor. Only on the premise that these warehouses are contain imported products.
Mr. Chair.
And therefore, you may demand evidence of payment of duties, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Chair, just a reminder po, under RA 11467, salt nicotine vape is taxed at 52 pesos per millimeter, while freebase is taxed at 60 pesos per 10 ml. Salt nicotine vape is taxed higher. So, if salt nicotine vape is passed as freebase, that is a misdeclaration and tax evasion. Just a reminder lang po, Mr. Chair.
Customs?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's why we are working with the Bureau of Internal Revenue and the Department of Trade and Industry to provide our personnel that conducts physical and non-intrusive examination, the technical expertise to determine these kinds of variations, Your Honor, to be able to plug tax leakages. But thank you very much for that reminder, Your Honor. It's very helpful.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
But hopefully they can be submitting the explanation to our questions earlier.
Recording
to this
in
honorable
progress.
committee. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So,
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
no more questions from our Congressman Marcoleta?
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Wala naman masyado. Pwede po bang tanungin muli si Ms. Tabayan yun? Tabayan? Ms. Tayaban. Sorry. Mr. Yaban, doon po sa naunang mga tanong sa inyo ni Kong Rufus, tinanong po niya kung saan niyo po kinukuha yung mga flaba products ninyo. Kanino po niyo kinukuha?
Kay Sir Dennis Rostata po.
Kanino po?
Kay Mr. Dennis Rostata po.
Dennis
Po namin
Rostata.
binibili.
Nandito po ba yun? Totoo po ba yun na sa inyo niya kinukuha?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, malaki po ang problema natin. Hindi ko alam kung sino po ang nagsasabi ng totoo. Ito pong mga nakumpiskang mga flaba babes ay pag-aari po ninyo, hindi po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pero ang sabi nyo, kinukuha nyo naman kay Rostata ng Benka. Sabi naman po niya, harap-harapan naman, hindi raw po totoo. So sino po ang nagsasabi ng totoo, Mr. Chair?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Sige po.
Bali, nagsisend po kami ng order kay Mr. Dennis Rostata. And then, magbibigay po siya ng receipt sa amin. And then, babayad po kami sa kanya. And then, i-deliver po sa amin yung products door-to-door sa warehouse.
Yan nga po. So sa kanya rin niya kinukuha. Sa kanya kayo nakikipag-deal. Sa kanya kayo nakikipag-transact. Hindi po ba? Ngayon, itinatanggi naman po niya na hindi po nanggagaling sa kanya. Yung pong Bureau of Customs na nakahuli po nung nag-raid po, sino po ba talaga ang pinanggalingan po ng mga flaba products na pinag-uusapan po natin ngayon?
Your Honor, the Bureau of Customs still doing its backtracking investigation on this. Wala po kasing sinabit sa amin yung nag-claim na may-ari ng mga vape products ng any import documents, sir. Wala rin po kami nakitang any import documents doon sa loob ng warehouse. So, kaya nga pinapresume mo namin siyang smuggled. So now we're doing our backtracking investigation on kung saan po possible na lumabas to mga to at kung ano po yung scheme na ginamit, sir.
Mr. Chair, ang sabi po ni Ms. Tayaban, sila po ang may-ari ng mga products. Mr. Bureau of Customs, bakit hindi mo ma-determine ngayon kung saan nanggaling, sila naman ang may-ari?
Sir, wala po kasi silang pinresent na import documents and they're also claiming that they did not import the items. Sinasabi ho nila si Dencat, but Dencat, sir, hindi naman, pareho po silang hindi accredited importer ng Bureau of Customs.
So, Mr. Chair, maliwanag po na kahit na sinasabi ni Mr. Yaban na sila po ang may-ari at siya po ay nagsasabi na binili niya naman kay Mr. Rostata, sabi naman ni Rostata, hindi naman po totoo yun, na wala po talagang may-ari. Ano po ngayon ang status nito kung yung mga nasakote po ninyong mga produkto wala naman talagang may-ari? Pwede ba natin kunin ngayon? Sa atin na lang po yan?
Sir, may forfeiture order na po kami, sir.
Oo nga. Kasi sa ngayon, lumilitaw, walang may-ari, di ba? Kahit na aminin pa ni Mr. Yaba na silang may-ari. Wala po kayong dokumentong sinabmit na papatibay na kayo po ang may-ari. Maliwanag po yun. At tinatanggihan naman ni Rostata na sa kanya po nanggaling yun. Wala po kayong magagawa sapagkat wala naman kayong mapipresenta sa kanya siguro sa committee ito na talagang binili nyo sa kanya. Kaya malinaw po ngayon na yung mga produktong yan ay wala na pong may-ari at maliwanag po na yan ay nasa disposal na po ng pamahalaan. Tama po ba yun, Mr. Bureau of Customs?
Tama po kayo, Your Honor.
Gusto ko pong itanong sa inyo sapagkat kayo ang nag-raid. Ano po ba yung itsura ng mga produktong ito? Kasi dalawa po yung nakikita ko. Isang plaba Oxbar at saka isang plaba parehong bar. Ano po itsura nun?
Your Honor, ipapasa ko po yung
Pwede
microphone.
bang ipakita natin sa para makita lang natin ang itsura?
Yes, sir. Papasok ko rin po yung microphone, sir, sa head ng team na nag-conduct ng
Sige po.
operation. Si Mr. Chief Paul Pacunayan po ng aming Intellectual Property Rights Division.
Thank you.
You recognize Inspector
Intelligence Officer 3, Paul Oliver Pacunayan, sir.
Paul Oliver Cunas. Sir, you're
Yes, sir. All of the commodities found at the warehouse are branded as Flava Romeo with various flavors. So that's the only distinction between them. Just a flavor.
Meron po kayong hawak ngayon, makita natin. Mahirap po kasing pinag-uusapan, hindi mo lang natin nakita ang itsura.
On the when we search at online search at Lazada, Flava Romeo will, or the picture of Flava Romeo will appear. But I also have pictures during the conduct of the inventory. Picture of the actual goods.
Kasi po, Mr. Chair, kaya natin tinatanong ito, kaming dalawa po ni Kong Rufus, pareho kaming co-authors ng ating Republic Act 11900. I believe we have installed several measures in order to protect especially the minors na hindi po ma-access yan. Ang isa po dyan, kaya gusto namin makita kung ano pang itsura niyan, the law prohibits the sale of these PNPs which are marketed or labeled or packaged with yung mga flavors po which are very appealing to minors. Yun po yung pinaka-importante doon. As a matter of fact, even the consumer communications of these products, Mr. Chair, meron pong prohibition about the use of yung mga cartoons, yung mga candy bars, even desserts.
That's exactly.
Kasi kung ito po lahat ay nandyan at itong mong Flava importers na yan, kung sino po yung nagdadala niyan, they're violating several provisions of RA 11900. Tsaka yung manner po ng kanilang pagpo-promote, yung pag-advertise, nakalagay din po sa maraming sections ng RA 11900. Ms. Tabayan, alam mo ba na pati nga yung points of sale, establishments, no? Offering or selling or distributing VNNPs ay kailangan nakapost. Merong statement in clear and categorical manner that these products are illegal. Tsaka yung substance ay nakalagay din doon na hindi mabuti para sa mga. Nakalagay ba sa mga produkto ninyo yun? Nakasulat ba yun? Meron ba kayong mga categorical statement? Nakapost ba yun? Na these products are not even recommended to minors and they're not supposed to be sold to people below 18 years of age. Nakasulat ba yun?
Yes po, Your Honor. Nakalagay po sa packaging.
Pwede ka bang magbigay sa amin ng sample? Kasi marami talaga yung mga measures na nakalagay sa batas to protect our minors.
Ipapakita ko po. I-sir.
Pati nga yung pati nga yung mga retailers katulad ninyo are even mandated to ensure yung proof of age verification. Alam mo ba yun? By, let's say, requiring the presentation of a government-issued identification card showing the buyer's age at saka yung birthday niya. Alam niyo ba yun? I don't think, Mr. Chair, these people even understand or are even conscious about Republic Act 11900. Meron bang piniprescribe na graphics
Excuse me po,
health
Your
warning, Ms. Tabayan? Do you know
Yes
that?
po, Your Honor, nakalagay po sa packaging yung graphic health warning. Nandun din po sa packaging yung...
Oo nga, but against your statement, hanggang hindi namin nakikita, paano natin malalaman kung totoo yung sinasabi mo? You're just reading from a cellphone. Kaya gusto namin makita. We want to make sure, unang-una, yung produkto talaga, totoo ba yan na talaga na pinoproteksyonan nyo yung mga minor? Kasi ginawa namin ang batas na to. In particular, protection to people below 18 years. At hindi man pwedeng gumamit ng flavor. Napakaraming flavor ang ginagamit pala ninyo. It was already established by the Bureau of Customs. Bawal yung mga flavors eh.
I have a copy of the packaging na po, Your Honor.
Ikaw, may kopya ka, kami wala. Hindi ko nga nakikita eh.
Okay lang po bang ipakita ko po sa inyo?
Malay ko, kung yan nga yan, litrato mo lang. Gusto ko yung produkto mismo, yung makita na for our own appreciation.
Apo, rest assured na ito po yung packaging po.
Ano?
Rest assured po na ito po yung packaging po.
Sana mapaniwala kita. Hindi nga kayo magkaintindihan ng Rustata ngayon. Pipilitin mo kami maniwala sa'yo. Ipakita mo na yung package dito sa amin para makita namin ang itsura yung pinag-uusapan natin. Nilitrato mo lang, hindi yan ang ibig ko sabihin. Yung actual ang sinasabi namin. Wala ba kayo na-confiscate 14,000 cartoons? 100 each cartoon, kaya 1,400 pages. Value that 1.4 billion pesos. Wala kayo may bibigay na isa sa amin para makita namin ang itsura niyan. BIR, di po ba yung hindi pagbabayad ng excise tax or yung possession ng ganitong mga products, ano na yung penalty natin? It's between parang the payment of fine between 10 to 20 million pesos and imprisonment of between 10 to 12 years. Tama ba yan? Kung hindi ako nagkakamali sa ating NIRC.
Yes, Your Honor. Section 263 of the National Internal Revenue Code.
Yes, so mabigat na kaparusahan ito. Between 10 to 12 years of imprisonment. Hindi po biro-biro itong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. Kaya so, Mr. Chair, hanggat hindi po ako nakakita ng itsura ng titigil na muna ako kasi gusto ko kasing makita po yung pakete ng mga babes.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Your Honor, can I make a clarification
Yes,
as to the
your
the
authority.
warehouse? The registered warehouse from Flava Corporation, when they secure the permit as manufacturer, is at Sampaloc, 1587 Convenience Street, Sampaloc. And they did not mention the warehouse in Valenzuela.
Okay.
Maybe that's why there's no revenue officer on premise that will be assigned in that.
So there is an ROP in Sampaloc.
Even though we are we have a limited.
I think that there's none.
Yes.
Because according to the report of the VOC, what is your investigation of the Sampaloc premises?
It's a two-story residential.
And in the bottom is a vape shop.
Yes, sir.
And in the top is what?
A residential house.
So in other words, there's no factory.
That's right, sir.
That's in your in your report. So meron lang ko itatanong, ma'am. I hope alam mo, the lesson for the day is this is a market growing by 40% per year. Bakit pa kailangan, hindi nyo kailangan sumunod lang sa batas? Malaki ang kikitain ninyo. Ilan lang kayo dyan? 4 lang yata kayo nag-ooperate dyan. So anyway, just show a few things. Sige.
Mr. Chair, may nakalimutan ko lang may tanong sa DTI.
Sige.
One question. DTI, nandyan po ba kayo?
BPS po yan. Bureau of
DTI.
Public Standards.
Kayo po. What is your responsibility under Section 19 of Republic Act 11900 in regard to the subject of our inquiry? Section 19.
Regarding sir sa product registration, ang DTI PPS po ay naglabas ng Department Administrative Order specifying po requiring importers and manufacturers to undergo product certification schemes.
Yung Section 19 ang sinasabi ko. Yung responsibility nyo to recall, ban, or even seize mga products na non-compliant to sa... Katulad po ng napapansin natin ngayon.
Yes po sir. If the product is found non-compliant po dun sa schemes, meron pong order na i-issue ang DTI PPS to stop selling or kung imported po yun, pinababalik po sa country of origin or greatest story po.
So ano po ang gagawin nyo ngayon na nakikita natin na malinaw that there is a manifest violation of laws in regard to these products that have been raided by the Bureau of Customs. Now it's now in their custody. Paano yung hindi sa custody nila na nasa market? What is the action that should be taken by the DTI under the circumstances?
Sir, Your Honor, sa ngayon po, yung ating Department Administrative Order 22-06 will be mandatory enforced on June 2024 po. Actually, the DAO is already issued but due to transitory provision, ang effectivity po niya ay June 2024. So by that time po, yun po yung hindi na po sila pwedeng magpasok ng hindi po certified.
So what will you do with a company that is responsible in bringing these products?
Kakasuhan po yan according po doon sa DAO.
So paano niyo ipoprocess ang pagkakaso sa kanila? Gusto ko lang...
Ang DTI po, meron po kaming bureau, yung Fair Trade Enforcement Bureau. Sila po yung in charge sa market monitoring. Kung nakita po na merong non-compliant o substandard sa market, nag-i-issue po sila first ng show cause order and then nagtutuloy po yan kung hindi po nila ma-justify. Nagtutuloy po yun sa kaso.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. No, just to para lang mga completed alcohol. Can you show them? No? Hindi yan. Next. Hindi yan. Ayun na yun. Sabi. Sino ba nag-submit nito sa amin? Kayo ba? Ma'am Lila? Nakita ko na lang, nasa table ko na yun. Hindi, kayo na. Pero yan sinasabi niyo, di ba? Pakipalaki nga niya. Kayo ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Okay. Sinerch namin yan, ha? Ito yung kanyang opisina. Next. Yan ang opisina niya. Pakibaba nga ng picture na yan. Nasa ilalim po ng tulay.
Diyan po pinanotarize, Your Honor.
Kaya, so, pinanotaryo pa. Ang dami-dami mong abogado. Ba't hindi na lang siya? Next. Pero, pinadala nyo kami nito. So yung kanyang
Opo,
ano,
proof po na nandito po siya sa Philippines and also yung
nasa
passport
Pilipinas ba yan?
niya. Yes po, because last week,
Ba't wala yung abogado sa tabi nung nagnotaryo? Sa tayuman nyo ito pinanotaryo? Usually, ang mga Chinese nagpipirma, meron yan yung sa tabi ng signature nila, yung parang kulay pula. Bakit wala? Pakibalik nga dun sa dati. Yan. Saka mukhang ano lang siya eh, hindi man siya signature. Ano siya? Sabi nga kanina ni ng abogado sa tabi ko, di Campanilla. And I will not take it against you. All I'm saying is that let's pin down the truth. Okay, next.
last week po kasi nandito po si Mr. Shili Chow dahil may day event. Kaya nandito po siya sa Philippines. And kinausap po niya yung legal counsel namin regarding dito sa matter na ito. Kaya nakapag-provide po kami ng affidavit and napanotaryo po namin.
Okay, may video pa yan, no?
Yes po.
Pero wala yung abogado. Okay lang. It's not criminal. Anyway, next. Ito ay top king. Ang billing ay sa'yo. Ang top king, according to their Facebook account, next, is the specialized in importing from China. So bakit kayo ang binibili ng top king? Kung hindi kayo ang importer. But, this is the bill of top king. Sino sila? Oh, kayo pa nag-submit ito eh. O bago nga kayo mag-submit yung hindi incriminating.
Your Honor po, sa billing po kasi ni Sir Dennis Prostata po.
Hindi nga eh, di sana yung top, hindi Dennis Prostata sana yan.
Opo.
May binakita ka sa akin gamit kay Dennis, pero walang firma, tapos ang amount is so small, it doesn't even, for a very large consignment, it's only 236,000. Yun na.
Bali, sa billing po kasi minsan kasama na po yung shipping fee and upon instruction po ni Mr. Dennis Prostata po, minsan pinapa-direct niya na po yung billing sa amin po, sa forwarder po.
Okay lang ba sa'yo pag kung saan namin ang bank account nyo para makita ko yung transaction? Under the AMLA law, any proceeds from unlawful activity, motu proprio can be opened by AMLA anyway. Anyway, the committee will make a motion to look into your bank accounts to see really which money moved during that time between October 25 and November 7. I think AMLA will definitely, Customs, can you apply?
Yes, sir.
It's
part of the recommendation.
It's in your recommendation.
Yes, sir.
But set the date. Kasi kung sky blue ang ating investigation, wala ko tayong 15 down dito. Next time, don't submit something like this. It is so incriminating. The billing is on you. Dapat na nag-bill sa'yo si Roscata, hindi ang top king.
Hindi po yan yung sinabit namin, sir.
Ay, galing to sa customs report. So, ibig sabihin, sabi dito, si Top King, kayo ang binibiling for $5.3 million. And it is a certified true copy with your signature. I don't know, what will I do with you? Don't take these committee hearings frivolously. We also study our lessons. It's very clear to me that you are the importer, not Lenka. Probably he is a facilitator for all I care. Because a facilitator of a transaction is very different from the importer. You are the importer and you say you own it. So you bought it. Binili mo.
Hindi po. We have performa, ano po yan, Your Honor?
Binili mo ba ito? Di ba nagbayad ka?
Ako nabayad po kami kay Mr. Dennis Prostata po.
Pwede makita yung... So, I hereby ask Customs to please proceed with your proceedings.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Nixon, you have the floor. You stated that you have documents to show that you purchased this from Mr. Rosata of Delcat.
Yes, for
Do
your.
you have that in your possession now?
Yes, for your-
Original documents?
Yes, for
Can
your-
we read these documents and put them in the record and put them as exhibit, Flava? What are these? These are original documents, and can we show that to the chairman and me? Not a photocopy, originals. What is the, yeah, please state what are these documents?
Ano ba yung original?
Photocopy po, photocopy.
We want the original.
Original.
Yes, we will produce the
Kasi what we have is a photocopy without a signature, and it is very clearly.
Your
And the
Honor,
buyer
it
is
has-
for such a huge amount. Sold to Lilac.
Your Honor, it has signature po, the performa invoice from
No,
the
not here.
manufacturer.
May signature.
Do you have a different one, Mr. Chairman, to show their allegation that they bought it? So may we know what are these documents, subject to your presentation of your, probably they can now shed light, Mr. Chairman, so that they will subject to presentation, submission of original documents. Can we ask the Chairman for them to describe that? I'm very interested to know that there are memoranda or receipts and documents. May we know what are these, subject to the original copies? First,
First, performa invoice po from the manufacturer sa China po.
yes,
It was addressed to Mr. Dennis Rostata po. And it has sign and seal of the general manager, Mr. Shiri Chow.
okay?
No, but it says, hindi ako abogado ni Bentata. Ang nakalagay dito, attention. Not sold to.
Whatever it is worth, Mr. Chairman, so we will evaluate that. So can you therefore submit that temporarily?
Yes po.
Number
isasagot
two,
po namin.
what is the second one? Aside from the Shandong to Dencat, what are the other documents to show that you bought it? That is just a statement, that is a memorandum of the consignment. How about your purchase from Dencat, if you have any document?
May binibigay po siyang receipt sa amin.
Okay, can you mention that receipt? How much and who signed the receipt?
Wala pong sign ni Mr. Dennis Rostata, but it's under my name po, Lima po. It's under Denka Trading po yung receipt.
Okay, what did it say? What did it say there?
Denka Trading, 427 Bulacan Street, Gagalang, Tondo, Manila, consignment receipt, delivered to Lila.
How much? What is the volume and what is the amount?
The quantity is 1.5 million pieces and Romeo, flavor Romeo po yung nakalagay na item.
May amount ba?
Ako, may amount po. The total is 314 million pesos. And we paid the deposit, 78 million, to Mr. Dennis Rostata po.
And you have original documents on that. Submit that in the next hearing. What else? What else do you have?
We also have conversation with Mr. Dennis Rostata.
How is that recorded?
Yes.
The conversation.
By
You cannot tape
screenshot.
conversations. Huh?
By messenger screenshot po.
Screenshot, like we can authenticate that. Okay, so what does it say there?
Bali, si Mr. Rostata po yung nagbibigay sa amin ng receipt. And then, once na mag-issue po siya sa amin ng receipt, at sa kanya din po kami magbabayad. Yung deposit,
So, yeah, okay. Total, how much have you paid on this transaction to Mr. Rostata?
we paid 78 million pesos for the deposit po.
Million.
Pero bakit nakalagay unit price 3 pesos and 50?
Ano po yun? US dollar po yung pricing niya.
Pwede ba yun sa Pilipinas?
Well, it can be placed there, Mr. Chairman, but the payment will have to be Philippine pesos.
No, pesos yung iba eh. 350 unit price, tapos pesos.
Can you explain that? Yeah, we have here.
Yes,
The
po.
documents have been-
Submission nyo yun eh. No, yun, lahat naman na pinag-usapan, submission nyo eh.
Ayan po, nakalagay po dyan sa receipt na 3.50. Tapos meron pong nakalagay na at 57. So 3.50 times 57 po, kaya siya nagiging
So may
57.
204.
Exchange rate po yung 57.
204 in pesos.
Yes.
24 pesos. Okay, what else aside from that messenger, capture, what do you have? Still have?
Ayun po, yung bank deposit slip po ng proof of payment po.
Oh,
namin.
you have that? Okay. What is that? To which bank and how much?
BDO po.
Video, how much did you deposit?
168 million pesos po.
Oh, 168 million. Do you have the official, the original of the deposit slip?
As of now, hindi ko po dala, pero we will...
Oh, yeah, submit everything in at least one before December 19. And what else do you have to show proof that you purchased it from Benga?
Ayun po, ay performa invoice po.
Ayun na, nasabi ko na. Okay, so we end.
Yung
Mr.
affidavit.
Chairman,
Yeah.
yung
Affidavit
about the payment
po.
lang, is it a personal account or a corporate account? Yung payment na ginawa, is it a personal account or
Yes, Lila.
corporate account?
Ma'am Lila, kanya.
Personal account po, kay Dennis Rostante.
Dennis, I think now you have to answer that. May I recognize Dennis Tata? Number one, yung resibo ng Denka Trading.
And we also have the...
Wait muna. Okay. Meron ka pa idadagdag?
Apo.
Ano yun?
And we also have the copy of the telegraphic transfer po from Mr. Dennis Rostata to the manufacturer from China.
Okay. Can you submit that also?
Yes, po, Your Honor.
Okay. Dennis, can you now? You have now 4 things to answer. First is the Denka Trading consignment receipt.
Actually, this transaction, they order from, to China directly. Directly order to China.
Tapos,
And then, excuse me, sir. Actually, Your Honor, yung transaction na yan na sila yung talagang direct nakipag-negotiate sa China. And then, ang talagang participation natin dito is nakiusap sila sa akin na kung pwede ako na mag-shoot. Ako mag-shoot out ng pera.
ikaw taga-bayan.
Yun, parang yung pera nila, instead na direct nila rin.
So, kumita ka?
Nasa kanila nila, minsan, binibigyan naman ako.
Magkano?
Norm, it's like 10 each.
10 pesos per unit? So, kumita ka ng 15 million?
Hindi po. Hindi na-release.
Ano po?
Kung na-release po yun,
Ano?
nahuli.
Yes, sir?
Yung ano wala akong kinita dahil nahuli. Nahuli po.
Ano po?
Nahuli po.
Nahuli. Kaya, so wala kang kinita.
Wala po. Wala akong nakuha. At saka partial pa lang yung napagana.
Na 78.
Okay.
So yung 230, nakabitin.
Nakabitin yung na-assess na kasi kailangan nila i-ibenta bago makakuha ng pera.
So ano talaga yung pinaka-role mo dito sa MU?
Tulong lang tayo.
Ano po?
Tulong lang ako. Ako lang yung taga-bayad.
Mr. Chairman, just like to be able to come back to how much did you deposit to the account of Dennis Rostata? Answer please.
Para sa 78 million pesos po yung deposit namin to Mr. Dennis Rosata.
To his account.
To his account.
Okay. Would you list that you received the 78 million or you received 78 million?
I need to check
I move, Mr. Chairman, that Mr. Rostata be included in the AMLA by the Bureau of Customs. This is 78 million. So not only PLAVA, but also the Dennis Rostata AMLA should be applied to him. There's an allegation, and this is a system of smuggling and not payment of cost of duty, not payment of excise, which one is also responsible. So we would like, I move that Customs request AMLA to also open the account of Mr. Dennis Rostata. Received, yes, we will recognize you, but we just be finished now. So 78 million for this transaction was deposited in his account, correct?
Yes po, Your
How
Honor.
much, is there any other payment or any other, that's it for this transaction?
That's it.
78 million, okay, thank you. Yes,
Ito na lang, yung ano mo ng ano, it's kay Li Xiao is August 30. But you said this convo is July 24. So how can so much time elapse? Yung invoice is August 30. And then your supposed video payment is July 24. So we're not a trier of facts here.
We will sort out the documents. Po. Pero may time po talaga na mag-aantay kasi
Do you really attest to the veracity of the Li Xiao affidavit?
yes po.
Can you produce him today?
Gaano po?
Today, can you produce him today?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Where is he?
Si Li Xiao po.
Yes, where is he?
He's in China po right now. Umuwi
So
na
may
siya.
umuwi na siya dito para pumirma nito.
Hindi po. Last week po kasi mayroong date event. Kaya po siya
Ano yan?
nandito. Date event po.
Di ba bawal yan? You're not supposed to promote.
Hindi.
Yes, it's in Republic Act 11900.
present here today, a representative of the Vape Association. Can we hear from him about if you sponsor this vape event? And what is your organization about? Can you therefore identify yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. May I please read a very short statement from our association. Good morning, Honorable Chairperson Joey Saxena and members of the House Committee on Ways and Means, fellow stakeholders and concerned citizens. I'm Joey Lulay, President of the Philippine E-Cigarette Industry Association. We commend the Bureau of Customs and the involved law enforcement agencies for the seizure of the illicit vape products on October 27, 2023. Rest assured that the PCIA supports the government's fight against all forms of illicit trade. We encourage all stakeholders to faithfully adhere to the provisions of the law to avoid violations and enforcement actions. Your Honor.
Is she a member?
No, Your Honor.
Flava?
Flava is not a member.
Denga?
Dengat used to be a member, but on October 20,
You become a very
2022.
powerful man, sir, because by 2027, you'll be almost 60% of the total tobacco market.
Your Honor, I can only speak for our association.
So how many members do you have?
We count as businesses, so we have around 300 individual businesses.
Ito yung mga vape shops.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there a network of vape shops? Which is the largest vape shop network?
I don't have the data with me right now, but I have.
Offhand,
estimate maybe the biggest is a company who has 100.
Who is that?
It's LG Corporation, I think.
LG?
Yes.
Sino may-ari?
Lighters Galore. Lighters Galore.
Lighters Galore.
Lighters Galore. Lighters Galore. It's a retailer of vape products and cigarette and lighters. For the
So multi-brand siya.
multi-brand. I'm sorry.
Ikaw, sir.
Also, pero pakunti lang po ang tindahan.
Wala kang plaka.
Meron po akong kinari before na Flava, but you know, sa amin po mga vape shops, ang unang-unang hinihingi namin since nung nag-start itong RA 11900 and enforcement, ang unang-unang hinihingi namin is the copy of the permit to operate ng kampanya nila and excise tax, copy of the excise tax payment, yung tinatawag na, I think na EPRD. So, pag may ganun po,
Sa tingin mo, sir, meron na local manufacturing na easy.
marami naman po.
Oh,
Manufacturer po.
manufacturing.
Yes.
Sino?
Mga e-liquid, mostly before kasi nung nag-start kami, ang mga e-liquid products po yung mga manufacturer.
Uy, BPS. Meron ba sa inyo BIR? Sabi niya, mga 100 manufacturers.
Mostly, Your Honor, mostly retailers po.
Retailer?
Sa malls.
What do you mean by retailer?
Ano lang po kami, kumbaga, humahango kami sa mga manufacturer, importer, tapos binibenta namin. Mga retail direct to
So,
consumers.
saan yung manufacturing doon?
Sila po ang mga nagsusupply ng mga produkto, pati yung mga importers.
Hindi ko mag-gets.
Parang ganito po, meron po ako let's say, isang tindahan.
Oh.
Hindi po ako manufacturer, hindi po ako yung gumagawa ng...
Hinahanap ko yung manufacturing, sir.
Opo,
Yung
nagsusupply.
retailing nakukuha ko eh.
Opo, tapos nagre-retail kami. Mostly po ang PESIA, our association, is composed of vape shops. And very few importers and manufacturers.
Manufacturers?
Meron pong manufacturers.
Mr. Chairman, maybe
Yes.
we can name some of those manufacturers known sa kanila.
Can you give us a list of your members, sir? Including classified as to retailers and manufacturers?
Sa mga manufacturers po, from our, before, we have as members as
Yes, sir.
Cholos Blend, Paisley Vapors, yan po yung mga e-liquid manufacturers. Noong araw po sila, doon po sila nag-start. Tapos, ang alam namin ngayon, parang parang may ini-import sila, meron din local manufacturer.
Okay, thank you for your statement in support of 11900. And yes,
Mr. Chair, maybe we can also ask BAR kung meron silang list ng manufacturers.
yeah.
Your Honor, we will provide the list of manufacturers.
Mga ilan kaya?
Around 7 or 9, I think.
7 or 9 persons sa association in Sandaan. So there are at least 93 unlisted, unregistered manufacturers. Ilan na? So you have 36, ma'am, from your own records. 36 manufacturers. Ganda sana kasi nito eh. Total. Pwede pa tayo mag-manufacturing bundle na ito. Para lahat, we assume that's important. Can we make that, sir? Or will it hurt your industry? But you're hurting the young people anyway, so.
May I answer?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor?
Can we make a presumption that all e-cigarettes are imported?
No, Your Honor. Kasi from first-hand knowledge po, at sa mga kakilala ko noong back, because when we started the association, marami po dyan mga
Kasi hindi
mga
namin
illiquid.
alam kung may dock stamp sana. So, bawat labas, factory, alam namin based on removals.
Yeah,
Kaya
by,
kami nagugulo dahil karamihan naman talaga ay imported at wala yung dock stamps.
from our knowledge po, by June 2024, yung, kasi nga, we consistently push the agencies involved. Kasi nga, ayaw namin itong mga pumapasok na illicit product, kawawa naman talaga po yung mga nagko-comply. Since nung kami nagsimula sa association, wala pa pong batas, kami po ay we were for self-regulation. Kaya po, nung nagkaroon ng batas, kami naman po ang talagang dinidiin namin ngayon is compliance is the key to the,
Yes, your market
the
is
industry.
growing very fast. I'm
Yes.
telling you that you'll be half for 107 billion, you'll be like 500 billion in 5 years. So what I'm saying is there's got to be some way of kung sa
Okay, like and share po tayo guys.
kung ba sa sigarilyo, dog stamps, sa liquor, yung lahat ng excise board, kayo lang ang wala eh. So anong proposal mo?
By June, from the BIR, kami po ay nakikipag-usap madalas po sa BIR, sa DTI at sa customs po, para dito sa regulation. By June 2024, lahat po ng mga produkto ng paper products magkakaroon na po ng tax. Kaya ito po yung talagang binus namin, talagang minamadali namin dahil para po mas madali po yung enforcement ng agencies involved. Pag may tax tab, makikita na nila agad. Pag walang tax tab, malamang illicit na produkto po ito.
So anyway, yung bilang mo ba, kasi Laba is a manufacturer of 78 brands based on BIR. Each on your record.
Yes. Your Honor, we have this.
So may karapatan sila magsabi na kaso wala kang E-at-3 pagdating po sa components of ingredients. So walang E-at-3 pag sila nag-i-import.
With regards to the importation, if they are registered importers,
Hindi nga sila registered importer. So saan papasok yung E-at-3 nila? Pero do you have a proposal ready for a dog stamp system for
Yes, Your
for
Honor.
local manufacturing? How about imported?
Yes, Your Honor. We have this Revenue Memorandum Circular 105, 2023, wherein it's more of a fixture of the stamps for the vapor products. Actually, we had this briefing already with the different manufacturers and importers of the vapor products for the implementation of a fixture of these stamps for vapor products.
Okay. Na ba? Alam mo, mas maganda yung mapag-usapan. Itong invoice nyo, sabi, ito, 330. Tapos yung consignment mo, sabi mo, 350. So, kumikita ng, tama ba sabi mo? Looks like, binibigay ng 20, ng 10 pesos ng 10 card for this transaction. Kasi there's a difference between the same transaction, all coming from me. This is your invoice, this is your consignment, and this is your invoice. Puro ito galing sa'yo. So, ito 330. Yung isa 350. So, kumikita na sa piso, ano?
Sa usapan na po yun ni Mr.
Ninyo?
Hindi po. Sa usapan po yun ni Mr.
Paano
Dennis
nga
Rostapa.
yung ikaw, so usapan nila at saka ni
Yes po. Binibili lang po namin yan kay Mr. Dennis Rostata po. So kung ano po yung bill sa amin ni Mr. Dennis Rostata, yun po yung binabayaran namin sa kanya. Yung pricing po ng manufacturer sa China sa kanya is hindi po namin alam. Bali nalaman lang po namin yung hiningi po namin yung performa invoice po.
na ito. Magkaibigan na. Nag-cut niya po ito. Mukhang ganun eh. Mukhang okay kayo sa mukhang pag yung mga binibigay mo kasi sa dokumento, mukhang okay kayo yun. Tapos bigla kayo ng katniel. Tapos ngayon, ikaw sa'yo nahuli. So ikaw ang mananagot sa gusto.
Pero yung
Idadamay mo ba siya? O gusto mo na siya, di siya lang?
Pero regarding that, we import the products. We really bought it through Mr. Dennis Rostata for our
So, at this point, I think we have enough data to share. And first, I would like to commend Customs for
Excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Ano
Normally, sir.
ang question ko lang, kasi ang question ko lang, bakit hanggang ngayon hindi pa lumalabas yung importer? Sino ba? Who determines the importer? Is it customs? Is it... Bakit hindi lumalabas? Kasi nagtuturuan, ang hirap naman itong yung posisyon natin na kinig lang tayo from this time. Aalis tayo ito na wala tayo nakita, walang kasagutan. So I want to know, sino ba talaga ang nagdedetermine kung sino ang importer?
Like and share po tayo guys.
Sigurado ko kung sino may hawak, no? Tapos, kailangan patunayan na hindi siya.
Under the operations that we did, Your Honor, yes. We need the owner of the smuggled goods is fishing from it. But again, we're conducting backtracking investigation to determine the real importer, Your Honors. It's just that there are a lot of factors that we're considering. Like I said, there were submissions to us, and we're also looking at some participation of the members. And of course, it will be the transcript and the statements that were made in this honorable committee will be very helpful in that backtracking investigation.
So yung list of individuals nyo recommended for prosecution, when will you file these cases? O nagulo namin kayo?
Your Honor, if we can wait for, I don't know how many more hearings would it take for this. We'll wait for that, Your Honor, because the head of the legal service is with us. And he's planning to present as part of our pieces of evidence to some statements that were made here in this hearing, Your Honor. So we would wait for the complete transcript of stenographic notes for this hearing and some statements that were made under oath for us to be able to use it in filing our cases and making those cases strong.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I think we already have enough testimony and documentary evidence because December 19 is already very much in the thick of the Christmas season. I know the chairman would like to work even up to December 25. But, I was talking to the council and everybody. I believe we can proceed already, Mr. Chairman, with our recommendation. Because I strongly feel that there are responsible people here. So that our recommendation will now be part of the filing of the customs and also the BIR. We have to bring them to court so that there they can present everything. But prima facie, there are now evidences that there are people responsible for importation and for non-payment of customs duties and also excise tax evasion. So I think, Mr. Chairman, we can proceed subject, of course, to the filing of all the documents we have requested them so that we can now prepare within this week the committee report. And we will therefore be giving copies of the committee report to the DTI, to the Bureau of Customs, and the BIR for their proper implementation of the resolution, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so for the peace of mind of the people, I think since the committee will essentially prepare the committee reports on the arrest orders are effectively initiated. So you can have your Christmas with your loved ones. And we have made instructions to customs to proceed and ETS. We should clarify already with respect to the definition of the two types of apes. And then, and for the stenographer to please prepare the transcript as soon as possible. Walang tulugan mamaya. So, hi ma'am. So, rest assured, this committee has been known to be very fair and assiduous and diligent. So, as far as possible. So, wag lang kayo kasi magsusunod ng mga papeles na that are in flagrante, in suspicious. So, anyway, is there any motion?
Mr. Chairman, before I go for this adjournment today, let me just thank our chairman, Chairman Joe Sasset, for steering this hearing to the proper procedure and then taking into account all the testimonies that were presented here in the documents. And with that, Mr. Chairman, we are ready to look at the committee report, and those who are present and the members of the Ways and Means and my honorable members will be therefore very happy to be able to finish this particular investigation with a warning to everyone that we cannot evade the law. We cannot evade taxes. The long arm of the law will reach you. And that is why we will reach everyone. We are very concerned about 11,900 and it will be properly observed by everyone. With that, Mr. Chairman, thank you to our colleagues present here and our resource person. Move to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Are there objections? Hearing none, so thank you very much and Merry Christmas po sa lahat.
Merry Christmas! Like and share po tayo guys, like and share. Maraming salamat po sa mga viewers natin. Thank you so much po sa mga viewers natin. Like and share and subscribe po tayo dito sa ating channel, Papa D Channel po mga kaibigan. Thank you so much sa inyong pag-antabay dito sa ating live. At adjourn na po ang ating hearing dito sa may Congress mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-likes. Thank you so much. I love you all with all my heart. Thank you so much po. Narinig po natin yung mga depensa po sa kanilang mga kasagutan kanina sa ating maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-likes. Thank you so much po. Wala naman. Like and share, like and comment po tayo guys. Maraming salamat po. I love you all. Ana Palma, maraming salamat. Yan. BB131, maraming salamat. Kubkuban. Ayan, Bay Pakino, thank you so much. Maraming salamat po sa mga nag-likes. Thank you so much po. At break time muna mga kaibigan. Kakain muna tayo.
Sabi ko, kailangan mo yung special look. Ano instrumental lang, talig ko na lang yung nakakalimutan na yun. Hindi kaya tayo ko rin siya.
Salamat. Gindo Cebuano. 180 troops. 180. Si BP Inday Sara Duterte panay trabaho sa mga iba panay travel lang. Lalo na ang Balantos pera ng bayan. Diyan bawal na pala ang taong bayan kung saan pupunta. I am going to shout out to all. Dito akin na kasama. Asam na si Moy Ninyo. Moy. Nitong marami na. Nitong, thank you so much.
See you po for a while po sa next live ulit. Thank you guys.
Ito na, magliligpit na. Iniwan ang mga gamit.
Opo, ma'am. Opo, ma'am.
Maraming salamat po. Click like and share. Alright guys, tayo na po yung magpapaalam at dito sa ating live. At meron pa tayong live mamaya at abangan nyo na lang po, meron pa tayong event. At tayo na po yung magpapaalam kasi dito sa loob ng ating Congress ay bawal po mag-live sa labas, no? At maraming salamat po. I love you all with all my heart. Thank you so much mga viewers natin sa mga nag-likes. I love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye po. Paalam sa lahat. Ma'am Rita Aquino, Ems Cooking, Ma'am Bing Ang. Maraming salamat po.